So after completion of nominal T method, we will go for nominal pi method to analyze the performance of medium transmission line. So here in the nominal T method, we are connected the capacitor or condenser at the middle of the transmission line. In the nominal pi method, the condenser can be split into two halves. One half is placed at the sending end and another half is placed at the receiving end. So this type of split capacitor method is called as a nominal pi method. This nominal pi method is also called as split condenser method because of capacitor is split into two halves. One half is placed at the sending end and another half is placed at the receiving end. So in this method, the capacitance of each line conductor is assumed to be divided into two halves. One half being shunted between line conductor and neutral at the receiving end and the other half at the sending end as shown. See here. So this is sending end, this is receiving end. Here, this is transmission line resistance and reactance, inductive reactance. One half of the capacitor or shunt capacitor is assumed at the sending end and another half is assumed at the receiving end, shunt capacitor. So then the current flowing in the line at any point in between two capacitors is IR. That means between two capacitors, the current flows through the line is IR. Why? Because of R and X are connected in series. That's why here current through the line is IR. So which is a phasor sum of, what is that? What phasor sum? IL is came from IS, then IS can be divided into current through the first half of the capacitor and what is that? Current through the line. That's why which is the phasor sum of, what is that? Load current and ICM. Is it? See here. This is IL here. IL can be divided as ICR plus IR. Otherwise, IS can be divided as ICS plus IR. Then IL is equal to IS minus ICS, or otherwise IL is equal to IR plus ICR. Whatever it may be, we can express in these two ways. Knowing the line current IL, the voltage at the sending end can easily determine by the fundamental impedance method used for short. So see here. What is Vs here? This is Vs here. How to determine Vs? Vs means simply voltage across this capacitor. That is simply IS into voltage XC by 2. Like that, we can calculate simply. The sending end voltage is therefore more readily calculated by using the method by nominal T method, which needs the calculation of two separate values of the line through the capacitance, and the sending end has no effect on the voltage drop in the line. That means there is no voltage drop. There is no resistance at sending end in the line. But if the sending end current IS and power factor cos phi s are to be determined, the current drawn by the sending end capacitor ICS to be added vectorically to that in the line. Now we will see what I have said that here. This is phasor. See here, my reference is VR. And what happened here? Drop is IL into R. This line drop. This is line drop. And IL into X. Inductive reactance. Finally, sending end voltage Vs is equal to IL into R plus IL into X plus VR, where IL into R plus IL into X is drop across the line. So that's why VR plus IL into Z, R plus JX, R plus X. This Z here. Is it? IL into R plus J into IL into X plus VR. So here what happened? This is one vector, IL into R. IL into R is one voltage drop vector. IL into X is another drop vector. And VR is another vector. Then we can add these three vectors. This is Vs. And this is receiving end voltage. And this is sending end current. So then here, first the sending end current is IL plus ICS. Is that right? If you can go to that, sending end current IS is equal to IL plus ICS. Otherwise, IL is equal to IR plus IC. See here. IL is equal to IR plus ICR. IS is equal to IR plus ICS. IL is equal to IR plus ICR. Is that right? So from the, if you can observe from phasor diagram and from electrical circuit diagram, sorry, equivalent circuit diagram of medium transmission line, the equations are same. The performance equations are same by applying KCL or current division rule simply. So then sending end current IS is equal to IL plus ICS. Is it? So at left side. And then from the phasor diagram, horizontal line OA is the voltage to neutral and the receiving end VR. OB is the line current IR drawn 5R degrees behind OA. Phi R is the load power factor angle. Then the capacitive current due to capacitance localized at the receiving end. ICR will lead the phasor VR by 90 degrees because of its capacitor and will be equal to half omega VR. Get that? So it is half section of capacitor. That's why the voltage across the half capacitor is half omega VR. Is that right? So then let it be represented by phasor BC. The line current IL will be the phasor sum of IR and ICR. We are discussing now. Is represented by phasor OC. So then finally, if you can go to the performance equations, VR is VR into 1 plus J0 as usually. Load current IR is equal to IR into cos phi R minus J sin phi R. Charging current at the receiving end side ICR is the half of the section. That's why XC by 2 into VR. XC is nothing but J omega minus 1 by 2 pi FC is nothing but minus means it is J. 2 pi F means omega C by 2. The C by 2 VR. Line current IL is equal to IR plus IC. Simply IR plus IC. So sending end voltage Vs is equal to VR plus IL into Z. Simple. So Z means R plus Jx. Charging current at the sending end side ICS. What happens? J omega C by 2 Vs. This is the charging current at the receiving. So finally, by saying these formulas, what happened here means the phase voltage at the sending end Vs, the phasor sum of receiving end voltage VR, and the line drop is represented by phasor OM in the phasor. And the sending end current IS, which is phasor sum of IL and ICS, is equal to half omega CB in magnitude and leads by 90 degrees. Is represented by phasor OC in the phasor. And the voltage drop in the line is equal to phasor term of resistive drop of IL into R in phase with the phasor IL represented by AD and reactive drop IL into X in correlation with the IL represented by DL. These things are already discussed in the phasor diagram analysis. So, and these are the performance equations discussed. Based upon these performance equations, we will do some problems now. So, see here, first problem: a three-phase 50 hertz 150 kilometer line has a resistance, inductive reactance, and a capacitive shunt admittance of 0.1 ohm, 0.5 ohm, and 3 into 10 power minus 6 Siemens per kilometer per phase. The line delivers 50 megawatts at 110 kV and 0.8 power factor lagging. Determine the sending end voltage and currents. Assume nominal pi circuit of the line. Directly asking by using nominal pi method, you can determine the whatever that sending end voltage and currents. So now this is given data. Total resistance per phase is given. Here this 150 kilometer is there. This is per kilometer resistance, but total length is 150. That's why 15 ohm. Total reactance per phase 75. Capacitive admittance per phase is equal to 3 into 10 power minus 6 into 150. Receiving end voltage per phase is three-phase system. Per phase is a three-phase system is it is a line voltage that is converted into per phase. V phase equal to VL by root 3. That's why 110 into 10 cube by root 3. That is equal to 63,508 volts. Then load current is equal to PL is equal to root 3 VL IL cos phi. Then from this IR is equal to IL means load current, that is equal to receiving end voltage, receiving end current, sorry, IR. That's why PL is equal to VL or VR, whatever it means, VR IR cos phi. So then from this IR is equal to PL or PR, whatever it means, receiving end power by VR cos. PL is there. How much? 50 megawatt, 50 to 10 power 6. Divided by VR is the per phase value already, but we require line value. It becomes root 3 VL IL cos, right? So VL 110 into 10 cube into power factor 0.8 is good. That is 328 ampere. Finally, if cos phi is 0.8, sin phi is 0.6, this is very valuable. And this is our requirement circuit of bisection method. And taking the receiving end voltage, VR is equal to VR plus J0. This is well known. Load current IR is equal to IR cos phi R minus J75. Then IR is the 328. We are calculating in the previous part. So then cos phi R is there, sin phi R is the J value. And finally, it is the answer. But we can calculate in magnitude form also. So then charging current is, we have the formula VR into J pi by 2. Is it? Pi by 2 is nothing but 1 by 2 by FC, 1 by 2 FC. So we have that we are into XC, actual formula is XC, is it? So that XC by 2. This is a shunt capacitor, that's why we are into 1 by 2 pi FC, is it? So we are into 1 by C value, if we go to offset J value. 1 by X is the reciprocal, that's why y by 2. Is it? Anyway, it is y by 2 reciprocal also in the numerator. So VR is 63,508, J into y value is given for total length of medium transmission. J into 14.3 is the line current. IL is IR plus IC1. Vector sum of receiving and current and capacitive current. So then this is the IR. Then finally sending end voltage Vs is equal to VR plus ILZ from the circuit and our on the basis of pi method circuits, bisection circuit, VR plus IL into Z. Receiving end voltage plus drop across the line. So receiving end voltage 63,508. IL is there into Z value. Then it is 82,088. So that is the phase value. This only phase value. Then line to line sending end voltage is multiplied with root 3. Then 143.55 kV. Then charging current at the sending end IC2 is equal to sending end side. So J into Vs bar. This is the charging current at the receiving end side or load side. So this is like this. Substitute Vs value here. Then what happened like this? Sending end current Is bar is equal to IL plus IC2. IC2 is the charging current at sending end side. So IL is the IR plus IC2. Substituting here like this. Then sending end current is 306.4 ampere. It is converted in magnitude, square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. So then this is the second problem. A 100 kilometer long 3-phase 50 Hz transmission line has following line constant. Resistance per phase per kilometer is equal to 0.1 ohm. Reactance per phase per kilometer is equal to 0.5 ohm. Susceptance per phase per kilometer is equal to 10 into 10 power minus 6 Siemens. The line supplies load of 20 megawatts at 0.9 power factor, lagging at 66 kV at the receiving end. Calculates by nominal pi method, directly given nominal pi method. Sending end power factor, regulation, transmission efficiency. So from this, the given data is total resistance per phase R is equal to 0.1 into 100, that is 10 ohm. Because of this 100 kilometer medium transmission, 100 kilometer means that is medium transmission. Total reactance per phase is 0.5 into 100, 50 ohm. Susceptance per phase is equal to 10 into 10 power minus 6 into 100, 10 into 10 power minus 4 second. Siemens, susceptance units are Siemens. And receiving end voltage per phase. This is 3-phase system, that's why line voltage can be converted into phase voltage. 66 means 66 kV means that is 9 voltage because of it is 3-phase system, 3-phase system. So then IR is equal to P by root 3 VL cos phi. So VL is 66 kV, then finally 195 ampere. Then cos phi R is equal to 0.9. So from this sin phi R is equal to 0.43. Our factor is given 0.9. So from this sin phi R is equal to 0.43. From this, first we have to calculate VR as usual formula VR per J0 38,005. From this IR is equal to as usual formula IR into cos phi R minus J sin phi R 176.9 minus J85. First IR is there, second IR is there. Then finally charging current at left side, sorry, right side, receiving end side. VR into J into Y by T. There Y is the substance. Line current. IR is equal to IR bar plus IC1 bar. IR bar is the receiving end current. IC1 is the capacitor at first section, left side, right side. Is it first side, right side, receiving end side. So then substituting here like this. IC1 is receiving end side. So then sending end voltage Vs bar is equal to VR bar plus ILZ bar. Receiving end plus drop from the phasor diagram. So then substituting here it is like that. This is phase voltage, but we require sending and line to line voltage. This is sending √3. This multiplied with phase value multiplied with √3. This is line to line value. And the charging current at sending and left side IC2. So it is multiplied with substance is multiplied with sending and voltage. So then it is like this. Is it? Sending and voltage is per phase value. Sending and current is 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 equal to IS bar is equal to IL plus IC. Substituting the like this. So then now calculate sending and power factor. Sending and power factor is theta 1 plus theta 2. Theta 1 is the angle between VR bar and VS bar. Is that right? How to calculate this? Simply we have VR bar. What is VR bar? This is VR bar. Angle means if you can convert it's a polar form. What happens? 0 degrees. And VS we can take in VS is 10.65. 10.65 minus 0, 10.65. Simply. Nothing is there. There's we are not using trigonometric functions. For every problem, we have angle between VR and VS. VR it is converted in polar form. Angle is there. Theta 2 is the angle between VR and IS bar. So then VR angle is there. 0. IS angle is there. Minus 14.5. So that's why here 14.5. Angle between finally theta 2 plus theta 1 is the minus 14.5 plus 10.65. So then here 25.1. So then cos phi, sending and power factor, cos 25.15, 0.9059. And finally percentage voltage regulation, Vs minus VR by VR into 100. So then Vs is 43,925 minus 38,105. 43,000 means it is phase value, not line to line value. Percentage voltage regulation calculate on per phase basis. At the starting class, short transmission line we are discussed. Receiving end voltage also phase value, per phase value, like this 38,105. Only line value is calculated for the transmission efficiency. So this is the line value, sending end power. Then we have to calculate sending end power. You can use line value. That is 3 into VSIS cos phi. Where in this 3 into VSIS cos phi, VS is phase value, IS also phase current. So substituting like this, then transmission efficiency, sending end power by, receiving end power is 20 megawatt, receiving end power by receiving end power plus losses, but directly sending end power is there. Receiving end power by sending end power is there 21.18. So 20 by 21.8 megawatts. Receiving end power is 20 megawatts. Sending end power is 21.18 megawatt into 100. It is 94%. So like this, we can solve the problems for nominal pi method of a medium transmission line. Thank you.